The U.S. military has tonight anchored its pier off the Gaza Strip and will, in the coming days, begin to use landing craft to shuttle humanitarian aid to the coast.
The pier, the Trojan horse pier that the U.S. has built has fallen apart. Here is a piece. I love the guy standing on it as if he's sailing it. This is on the shore of Gaza, by the way. You'll notice, before we even talk about the piece, the pier breaking apart, can we just notice, we were told no boots on the ground. What does that look like right there? That's an American, and he's wearing fucking boots, and I'll be damned if he's not on the ground. I'll be damned. Now, my argument, even before we saw that there were boots on the ground, my argument was that flip-flops on the sea right outside your shore, flip-flops on the pier should count as boots on the ground. So to me, it was the same thing. But here he is, boots legit on the ground. But okay, so the U.S., I brought you this before, the story about the pier. It was a stall tactic. It took a month to build this thing. They're still barely getting any aid, quote unquote, to the Gazans. If they really wanted to get aid to Gazans, they just opened the goddamn gates that Israel has 5 entrances that aid could go through anytime. And the U.S. could make them do that anytime. And they don't. Instead, they take all this time to build a pier, and it was Netanyahu's idea. I brought you articles showing that the Israelis came up with this. Now, why would the Israelis come up with this dumbass pier idea? If they don't want aid, they don't want to facilitate Palestinians doing better. They're trying to kill all Palestinians, destroying the whole health networks, etc. Why would Israelis want this? Well, A, because they can bomb it whenever they want and it's over. I think that's one of the biggest things. B, some people have pointed that there's oil in the ocean out there and they want to be able to get at the oil. Yes, but they can do that anytime. I don't know that they needed to do a whole grand pretend pier idea just to steal the oil. But the most important reason is that Israel's hoping ultimately they'll be able to push Palestinians out onto this pier, onto ships. Once they're on ships, African countries specifically, but various countries will be more willing to take in refugees because they'll be adrift at sea. And at that point, it's a matter of time before how long you let these people sit there before they die. And so the goal is ethnic cleansing. Create a pier, force them out onto it, and force them onto ships, ethnic cleansing. Anyway, this stupid Trojan horse pier that the U.S. has built legit already broke off, washed ashore in bad weather because apparently they didn't know that a sea would have weather. They didn't know there'd be weather involved. Now, is anyone else very surprised that the U.S., a country that can't build a bridge that doesn't collapse? Now, of course, there's a giant collapse here in Baltimore where I live. But on top of that, you have the fact that we have 60,000 structurally deficient bridges across this country. Can't build a bridge that doesn't collapse. Can't build a healthcare system that actually helps people. Can't build a train that's not blowing up or derailing or making whole cities like East Palestine unlivable. The U.S., what's amazing is we are a bloodthirsty, horrific, always plotting, scheming empire, and also a bunch of dum-dums at the same time. We are a giant, evil, dum-dum empire, just all at once. It's tomorrow, folks. The final performance of this Zoom comedy show is tomorrow, Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Eleanor opening the show. You get to hear her amazing voice. And then a full hour of brand new comedy. I promise you've never heard it because it's all brand new. And, it's only $5. So I have yet to have anyone. I offer to give your money back. I've offered to tie your $5 to a brick and throw it through your window if you do not have a good time and do not like the show. And so we already did the first show and no one has asked for their money back. 0 so far. So I think you'll really enjoy it. Really like it.